The global soybean market is at the heart of today's trade drama. Earlier this month, Donald Trump urged China to quadruple its purchases of American soybeans, an extraordinary demand made during tense negotiations over tariffs. But here's the twist. Even as Trump made his call, China was busy signing massive contracts with South American suppliers, especially Brazil and Argentina. So, is Trump's soybean gambit already doomed? Or is there still room for the US to claw back lost ground? Trump's statement came through a burst on Truth Social. He demanded that China quickly quadruple US soybean imports. Markets reacted instantly. Soybean futures jumped more than 2% in just hours. But traders quickly cooled down. Analysts asked the obvious question: quadruple from what baseline? The reality is, China hasn't booked any significant US cargoes for the fourth quarter of this year. The request felt more like political theater than a reflection of actual contracts. It also brought back memories of the 2020 Phase 1 trade deal, when Beijing promised huge increases in US farm imports. Back then, most of those promises fell short, and American farmers still feel burned by it. Analysts warn that Trump's vision doesn't match today's market realities. Right now, China has little incentive to rush into American soybeans. Stocks are high, prices are under pressure, and shipping lanes are already filled with South American cargoes. So even if China wanted to respond to Trump's call, it might be logistically impossible in the short term. This disconnect was clear in the futures market. Prices spiked on the announcement, then quickly fell back. Traders realized the fundamentals hadn't changed. South America still dominates supply. And this is where the story gets critical. Brazil and Argentina are locking in China's demand months in advance. In September alone, Brazil is set to ship about 8 million tons to China. October will add another 4 million tons. That's nearly half of China's entire expected demand during those months. Brazil has become China's go-to partner, now accounting for over 70% of its total soybean imports. Argentina is also stepping up, recently delivering its first cargoes of soybean meal directly to China. This signals a widening of the trade relationship beyond raw beans, into processed products. For the US, the message is clear. China is diversifying suppliers and reducing its dependency on American farms. What does this mean on the ground in the US? For farmers in the Midwest, it's devastating. Soybeans were once the lifeblood of American agricultural exports, with more than half of shipments going to China. But now, those volumes have collapsed. Many analysts say US soybean exports this year could fall to their lowest level in 2 decades. Farmers are facing a double blow: the economic strain of losing their biggest customer and the climate challenges of unpredictable weather and crop damage. Some say the stress is taking a real toll on mental health in rural communities. And the frustration is building as farmers see contracts slip away to Brazil and Argentina. The soybean standoff is also a story of geopolitics. Trump's administration extended the current tariff truce with China by 90 days. That gives both sides a window to strike a new deal. But here's the catch. Unless tariffs are rolled back, China is unlikely to dramatically shift its buying strategy. South American soybeans are simply cheaper and more reliable right now. Even if Beijing wanted to send a political gesture by buying a few US cargoes, it wouldn't undo the structural shift that's already underway. The global soybean trade is rebalancing, and America's market share is shrinking. So what comes next? China's long-term strategy is clear. Reduce reliance on the US, spread imports across multiple suppliers, and invest in domestic food security. Brazil is seizing the moment, expanding production and port capacity to handle bigger exports. Argentina, though smaller, is carving out a role in meal and processed soy products. For the US, winning back lost ground will be difficult. Even if Trump negotiates a new deal, the trust has been broken. Chinese buyers have learned to operate without depending on American farms. Trump's demand for China to quadruple its soybean orders made for big headlines. But trade flows aren't decided on social media. They're set by contracts, shipping schedules, and long-term strategy. Right now, those contracts belong to Brazil and Argentina. And as US farmers wait, watching ships sail from South America to China, one question lingers. Has America permanently lost its grip on the world's most important agricultural trade? This soybean battle isn't just about crops. It's about power, politics, and who controls the future of global trade. But what do you think? Can the US win back China's business, or has Brazil already secured the long-term advantage? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the World Brief for more deep dives into the stories shaping our world.